Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's your host, Chris, here at Hertastic Reviews. You know what we do here. We just talk about films. I give you some of my film recommendations, display all my Godzilla figures, and basically, embarrass myself on the internet. But today, it's October 1st at the time of this recording. And I want to say happy Halloween season, Spooktober. It's going to be spooktastic, as I think I called it last year in my cringy video, which I'll put a link of that. But today I want to talk about what I picked up during the month of September. September was a pretty good month, I'm not going to lie. I know it's October, so we want to talk about horror movies, but you know what's kind of funny? September, it was my preparation for this month of October, and I think I picked up a lot of stuff that's perfect to watch during this October season. These are films that I definitely have seen and wanted to see, so it's a good little mix of both. I'm not gonna lie, this is mostly an Arrow appreciation video because I love Arrow. That's my favorite label, but there's a few that weren't Arrow related, so we're gonna talk about those first, and then we're gonna get to the good stuff. So the first thing I picked up, these were mostly eBay purchases and Facebook Marketplace to start. So the first two were from eBay, and I just wanted them because I know it's going to get later on in the year and I'm going to have a vacation soon, and if I want to watch something in the morning, if not movies, these are going to be perfect for them, and they kind of fit the season. That is the Batman Complete Animated Series. I grew up watching this and the Superman show, and I absolutely loved them. So I've been feeling real nostalgic. Thank you, Robert Pattinson, for that. And I just want to go back and watch all of these all over again. Mark Hamill's The Joker's perfect, right? So I picked this up. Already owned Sub-Zero and Mask of the Phantasm and Return of the Joker, which you do get in this complete set, which is kind of a bummer. So I'm going to have to try and get rid of those one way or another. But yeah, I picked this up. But I also picked up the companion piece, Batman Beyond, which is what I watched a lot more of. I'm only 24, and I grew up watching both of these, but mostly Batman Beyond because that was like the thing at the time. It was really cool. It was kind of like punkish, and it tied directly with the Batman animated series. So I have them both here. Honestly, this was a steal. I picked this up at eBay. The animated series was... I paid $45, I think, in total, and then this I paid only $28 for. So for both of them together, it was a really good haul there. So those were from eBay. The next one, it's been blowing up everywhere on my social media. Amazon, orders right here, yada yada, and that is David Cronenberg's Shiver. Shivers on the Vestron video. I haven't seen this movie, but I've been told to check it out because it's pretty dang good from what I hear. It's a cult favorite. David Cronenberg, the only films I've seen with him is Videodrome. There's probably one other one I can't think of off the top of my head. I'm not very affluent with Cronenberg's works, but I heard this was a must watch, and it was only $9.99, or no, $12.99. Now it's $9.99. So definitely pick up the Vestron version of Shivers. Vestron is an interesting boutique label. One I wasn't very particularly fond of just because it was just only about the slipcover for me, and that justified a almost $30 price tag, and I was like, you're nuts. But they have it spine numbered, so yeah, if you can see here, this is spine number 18. But hopefully this means that the Vestron's label starts to lower its prices, because I thought, for almost... even less than what a Scream Factory's worth, this was costing more, and I never understood that. But let's see what Vestron can do. So, Vestron, they put out some good stuff, like The Gate. They also put in, I think Blood Diner is what it's called. I'm trying to think of another one that might have been good. I know Daniel from Cobwebs, he has this thing called the Wishmaster Collection that's put out there, which I think is 3 films in one. That's a pretty good deal. But yeah, check out Vestron, another boutique label. Yeah, I know if Chris Bowie's watching, he's like writing down the tally there. The next thing I purchased was Snaps Films on eBay, and I paid only $18 for this. One of my absolute favorite horror movies. That is Dario Argento's Suspiria, the Collector Edition. This cover is gorgeous. This movie is amazing. Way better than the 2018 remake, reimagining, whatever. This is the one to watch. This film is awesome. Dario Argento is a master of giallo films. I don't think I really need to talk about this movie much more other than it's on a 4K restoration. It's not a 4K disc, it's just a 4K scan. But it's on Blu-ray. This thing is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that again. Oh, man, it's just so good. But I love Suspiria. So definitely had to pick that up. I'm surprised I got it so cheap because I think it's usually running around the 22 to 25. So check eBay, folks. You hear you out. I'm hearing fantastic reviews. I'm trying to look out for you and your collection and how to build it at a financial awareness there. I know a lot of these films are not easy to afford and collect, especially if with like everything going on and jobs. But I mean, there are people selling their collections all the time. Check out in your Facebook marketplaces. Join a lot of Facebook groups, which is what I do. Start some good conversations, some debates, and from now and then, there's some people selling them stuff, which we will talk about in one really good story. But the next thing I picked up, we're gonna talk about these boys. So I'm really getting into NECA figures. I have the Xenomorph over here. I bought the Godzilla versus Biollante figure from '89. Love this guy. But man, I'm just so obsessed. The more I keep watching, I'm about done with the Heisei Godzilla series, and then we're gonna go into the Millennium series. I miss the Showa. I'm not gonna lie. Showa Godzilla is my favorite. I love the suits. I love the design. Not to knock the Heisei series, but I love the Showa era series. And NECA had announced that they were stopping their production of Godzilla figures, so I was like, okay, I have to get these. And like local Target had quite a few of them. They had the 2014 Godzilla. I know that's worth more money, and the resale on these are starting to climb up, which kind of scares me. But the 2014 Godzilla, I'm not crazy about the design. Call me a fake fan, whatever. I'm not crazy about it. I love the older Godzilla and the early 90s, late 80s Zilla. So, what I started with Godzilla vs. Biollante here from '89. Love this guy. And then Godzilla 1984, which is Godzilla The Return. This is the 2.0 reissue of him. He looks a lot better. He's a little shorter, just like in the movie from '84. And then my two absolute favorites, and I think some of the best suits of any Godzilla so far I've seen. Right here we have Godzilla versus... This is Godzilla versus King Kong from '62. Not crazy about the movie at all, but I love his look. He just looks a little goofy, but he's also looking cool. His tail was a pain in the ass. And then right here, the best Godzilla suit, one of the best Godzilla movies, and that's Godzilla vs. Mothra from '64. Or was it 65? I believe it's 64, I think. But yeah, I love this one. Tall neck, really cool looking. Just absolutely love these NECA figures. Now I'm going to start going into the horror NECAs. With like the Friday the 13th and the Hellraiser and Texas Chainsaw. It's going to be a never-ending way of keeping me poor. So, as you can see, I can't afford a razor anymore. But anyway, so that's it for the figures. Now we're moving on to the Arrows, which is what I really wanted to get into because, like I said, I absolutely love Arrow. And if you have not collected from Arrow Video, I think they have a little bit of everything for everyone. They have westerns, they have spaghetti westerns, they have slashers, they have foreign films, they have more pristine Arrow Academy films. So if you're like a Criterion collector, they have stuff like that from there. If you like slashers, like from Scream Factory, they have those. The thing is, you need a region-free player for the most part because the region Bs are cheaper, but you have to have a region-free player. The U.S. releases are a little bit more pricey. They're from $19.99 to $30 usually, and they put out great box sets. But here's my thing. Why I love Arrow so much is because, one, I love the label look. I love the clear cases. I love the reversible art covers. They put out really fascinating films. And here's my big thing. If you like certain U.S. labels, so let's like Scream Factory or Shout Factory or Criterion, Arrow has a lot of those same movies put out on their own label. And to me, I think they have better artwork and they have almost the exact same features and maybe even better scans at like a 4K rescan on Blu-ray. Not to say like for example, the Stanley Kubrick's The Killing, the Criterion cover, I didn't like it much. So, but the Arrow came with a reversible artwork, which I thought was fascinating, and it came with the second disc. There's just so many like different films if you like them. Arrow has them as well. So I definitely recommend investing in a region-free player and checking out Arrow. But anyway, my pickup from Arrow, this is the only thing from Amazon that I picked up from them. It was $16 or $17.99. I bought it, Creepshow 2. I used to have it on the standard Blu-ray, but I had to upgrade this once I had the Creepshow 1 Scream Factory. Had to have a boutique label companion for the sequel. Absolutely love this movie. I love anthology horror, and Creepshow 2 is definitely there. It trims out the length of the first one to 3 stories, which I think are really great, especially the second one, The Raft. Awesome stuff. The next one, story time. So I was on a Facebook group, which we do Arrow trading, and one guy was like, hey, this is for sale. I missed this at the Zavi buy one, get one free sale. But this guy was like, hey, I'm selling this $40. And I talked to him instantly. He was like $40. I was like, you got anything else? He was like, yeah, I can throw this in for extra $5 plus free shipping. So this was $45. That is the Dario Argento film, Bird with a Crystal Plumage on Arrow. Really great stuff. Yeah, $5 for this? Absolutely. But the big thing was this. I missed out on this, but this was the Ringu limited edition box set. Now there is the white standard trilogy set that came out. That's white with the videotape, but the limited edition is this darker box set, and it has, I just think, the coolest like releases. I kind of put them out in reverse, so the white counteracts with the dark, and yeah, it has all 3, Ring 1, 2, and Ringu 0. Really want to get into Japanese horror during this October season. I think nothing better than with this set here. Yeah, I haven't seen the original Ring in like forever. I used to be afraid of it because, it was like the biggest thing in the early 2000s. Well, now I want to see the Japanese ones. Zavi had a box set sale that I took advantage of earlier, and I wanted to go back and get Ringu, but I couldn't. But I ended up getting these things. So the Vengeance trilogy has Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, which is the big one, and Lady Vengeance. This box set is gorgeous. Old Boy, I've been really wanting to see for a long time. I know Spike Lee did a remake of it. I haven't seen it. I didn't hear too much great things with it with Josh Brolin. But, yeah, this box set is beautiful. So you have Lady Vengeance here, if you can see there with the glare. Old Boy, which has its own release at a special edition, but you get this with the box set. And Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. I hear these movies are great. Can't wait to explore them. So this, with the buy one, get one free, it was like 30, I think. No, it was something like that. With the shipping, it was like almost 60, I think. Or I forgot what the sale was, honestly. I just know I got it from Zavi. I'm just going to admit that now. I kind of forgot how much I spent, but not too much, honestly. But the last thing I picked up was the Edgar Allan Poe 6 Gothic Tales starring Vincent Price. So you get here The Fall of House of Usher, Tales of Terror, The Pit and the Pendulum, The Raven, The Haunted Palace, and Tomb of Ligeia. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any of these. I just know from Twitter with Cobwebs and Daniel, I've been told these are the movies to watch. So I have a vacation week early in the morning. I'm feeling these might be the ones. Like I said, you got to get a region-free player. You get some really great stuff from Arrow. So they have both of them. They're split into 2 discs each, or 1 disc. I think no. Okay, so it's 2 discs in 1 case, but they have the reversible work for each movie. So I kind of have it with Tales of Terror, The Haunted Palace, and then The Fall of the House of Usher. Yeah, this thing just looks dynamite, and I can't wait to get into it. I love these new box sets that are coming out, these really hard case box sets. I think they're just gorgeous. But yeah, it was a really great month. I want to know what you picked up. Nathan put out what he was picking up. Chris Bowie had from Filmstock to put out what he picked up. Some really great stuff I'm seeing. If you are ever interested in being a part of this show, what I can recommend to you is you need to email the show at hertastic.reviews@gmail.com. You just need to. hertastic.reviews@gmail.com. There's a link down below. Follow us on Twitter at hertastic_Chris. And you got to follow the Inside the Sequel podcast. We just did our latest episode with Daniel from Cobwebs where we talk about Pet Sematary 2, which was great stuff. I feel really great to be a part of this community. I feel like I say that all the time, even though I know I'm part of one of the canceled guys. I think it's because of my lack of Blu-ray purchasing and the mustache, maybe. I don't know. But there's some really great channels out there. Obviously, Nathan Jones, Film Stock. You can check those out because they're fantastic. David Harrington at Cartoon Fortress, I definitely check. I would recommend checking him out. He does really great unboxings before you buys, which he's really doing the Lord's work there. Aaron Pym with Mr. Vinegar Syndrome, really great live streams on there. If you want to see me do a live stream, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. I'm kind of afraid to do it because people will realize how weird I actually am if I did a live stream. I'm sure most people probably know that already. And then one other one is like Serial at Midnight with Heath Holland. Fantastic stuff. Elliot Cohen, check out his boutique label reviews. They're just phenomenal. Cinema Dave, obviously you can follow as well. He's really great with more of like the criterions. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys all know that I think we've just passed a year since the channel started. And I know I didn't do anything big about it, but I think it's really sweet. We're at 188 subscribers. I can see us maybe jumping up more during this October season. So anyway, let me know what you picked up down below. What did you think of some of these Blu-rays? Have you seen any of them? Give me some thoughts, some feedback down below. Remember, always hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel, because I will cry on camera if I break 200. All I have to do is play Tears in the Rain, and I'll probably do that for you. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe, share with your friends. And remember, if you're not buying Arrow videos, do you really care about movies? You know how it is. We'll see you next time.